My name is Christine Worrell. I just turned 43. My connection with the unhoused is, well, I've been unhoused for 4.5 years. I just recently got into a place. So I have a very strong connection to the unhoused itself. I ran a few encampments. I joined in with Run and got involved with Equal Rights for Every Neighbor, as well as a few other subgroups of Run, which is Residents United Network. I've been advocating for the homeless now for about almost 5 years in total. I became homeless back in April 17th of 2018. And I've been fighting with them ever since to be there for the homeless, because the homeless don't really have anybody that understands their needs better than those with lived experience. And just what it does is it makes it to where the homeless cannot be within a certain amount of feet with any parks, any schools, any government buildings. Some go as far as, it goes as far as trenches and areas where we normally would find the unhoused. And it basically tells them that they cannot stay in those areas. It takes away their security. It takes away their hope. It takes away, even for some, the only family that they know, because their communities have become like family. So it takes away all of that, and they're left without having anybody or anything. So it affects them greatly. Most of these people that are out here doing the roundabout services and helping with, even mental health, food, water, tents, tarps, and necessities that you need to be able to survive out here. When they get displaced and they get moved around, or they get taken from this area to that area with nowhere to go, they lose those supportive services. People can't find them. They don't know where to start up in anymore. As far as they don't know where they're at. They can't get them the food. They can't get them the water. They can't get them the tents and the tarps that they need. So yes, this affects them on that level as well, as far as supportive services not being able to get to them. This definitely affects, we find that it affects the elderly. This will affect the, even those are minority groups that are already stereotyped. This will affect them even more. Those that have health issues, they already have a tough time moving around and getting stuff situated. And with this, yes, it definitely affects other people within the community. You can only push a person down so much before they start to fight back. What's going to happen when you keep oppressing these homeless? And like in Stockton, we got close to 5,000 homeless. What's going to happen when they rear up and say, okay, enough is enough. We're done with this. And then you're going to have a lot more trouble on your hands. You're going to have a lot more protests. You're going to have a lot more riots. You're going to have all these things come to fruition because you didn't do something as simple as care about a human's right to have housing. Absolutely. Or at least a safe spot that they can be at. first of all, having them a place to be. Having them a place to be, something simple. And it doesn't have to be paved. As a matter of fact, for those with tents, you don't want to have a paved area because they wouldn't have no way to stake down their tents and that during wind and rainy seasons. So you don't want them to have necessarily a paved area. It doesn't have to be paved, just somewhere that they can be for the time being while you work on either a tiny home project, get more low income, full affordable homes going, more programs to be able to assist the homeless to getting jobs and being able to get into places. Start out small and then work your way up, but you got to have somewhere for them to go first. You can't just expect, and without having them somewhere to go as well, you're not going to be able to find them to be able to offer them the housing if you don't have somewhere for them to be at. So that would be, in my thought, the perfect solution, or at least the perfect start of the solution, is to be able to have them in safe encampments. Mm-hmm. And then from there, going to tiny homes and transitional housings and figuring out if they need mental health services, if they need drug services, what all they need. But first, have a spot for them to go. Go to your local encampments and get to know them. Most of them just want somebody to talk to. They just want to feel human. Yeah, it's great to go and give them food and give them clothing and all that and all the feel good stuff that comes with it. But most of them, even if it's not, even if it's something as simple as, hey, how was your day today? Go and talk to them. They're human beings. They're not gonna eat you up and spit you out. They're human beings. And they love to talk. But they get so frightened too. So you just show some human compassion to your unhoused people. Make them feel like humans. Give them that hope back. Give them that love back. And watch their lives change as a result of that. Because so many people have got this stereotype that the unhoused are just unclean and full of criminals and all that. But yeah, there is some in there. But for the most part, it's just people that are down on their luck and they need that love and that compassion to bring them forward.